sure I will.
And then most guys look at this as like a last-ditch effort maybe with Daytona looming. How do you feel looking at Daytona next week, having all the success there you've had?
I feel good about both these weekends. I mean, as good as you can feel. I enjoy coming here. I look forward to it, and really excited to see what we got here in a little bit, because our speed at Indy was really good. This place is different than Indy, but there's still things you can kind of take away from it and apply that makes you excited. So I'm looking forward to this one. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Daytona, I mean, you never know what can happen. We've had success there years past. Last year in that race, the 500 this year, our cars were fast, but you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, you can get, we say it all the time, get wiped out in someone else's mess, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you have to accept it going into that place that might happen. So we'll see. You just got to stay in both of these races. I mean, you just want to just stay in the game, and that's all you can plan on doing.
We'll go to Bob, then Dustin, Zach, and then Marty.
Bob Packers, Fox Sports. So, are you more nervous? Do you lose a little more sleep this week because of this situation, or are you just even keel?
I've slept great this week. No different than any other time. Like I said, I mean, you just have to, can't stress yourself out about it. I mean, whether it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen, whether you make the playoffs or not. And there's only two choices and two options, and you can't just stress out about the negatives of what if we don't make it. If you're stressing yourself out about that, your mind is set on you're not going to make it. So you just have to have a open mind, I think, of either thing can happen. You just have to do your best. So no, I haven't lost any sleep. Haven't really worried about it. And I think the same goes for all our guys on our team. They've been really even keeled about it, and just understand, hey, we just got to do our best, and this team's fast enough to go do it and make it. Just have to control what we can control, really, which is good. I really enjoyed how everyone's mindset is the same, and I think that's how it should be.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Couple questions. Obviously, with the road course, there can be a lot of different strategies, and you could be on one that's different than Martin, or somebody else could be on a different one up at the front. How do you want to understand that? How do you focus on what you've got to do when at some point you could be out, at another point you could be in? How do you address that? How do you want to handle that Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's, Jonathan and I talked all week of kind of what we're baseline thinking of strategy-wise. When do you want to stop? All that stuff. What do you want to do in the stages? But at the same time, you have to be willing to kind of switch that up, no matter how cautions fall or things like that. So I think, Jonathan, for sure, and we've talked, you're going to be aware of what the 19's doing. Like, hey, okay, they're going for stage points, or they're going for, setting themselves up to win the race. And it's kind of how fast your car is. If you feel like you have a car fast enough to win, you're going to set yourself up for, the end of the race and try to win the race. If you don't think you can win, okay, maybe you go for the stage point route and then see where you can claw your way back to in the last stage. So some of that is situational, but he and I have talked about some plans and strategies in whatever spot we're in, and hopefully hopefully we get the right one. That's really what I can hope for.
And to be on the same track as Kimi, obviously.
Michael Finley, Frontstretch.com. Ryan, what is it about Penske that allows for so many long-term partnerships? You just extended your contract. Rusty was with the team for 15 years. Brad with 12. Joey's in his 10th. What is it? What's the X factor, essentially?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really neat. Right when he said that, it brings you back to there's a wall in Penske of people who have worked there for 10 years and 20 plus years. And there's hundreds of people on that list. And I think the culture there and how they treat everybody, over there, whether you're a driver, a truck driver, a mechanic, working the fab shop, they're all the same. They treat everybody the same. They treat everybody with the utmost respect. And that, initially starts with RP, and it works its way down to everybody, who works for him, who have had the privilege and honor to be associated with him. It becomes a culture over there that, you just enjoy working over there because they treat you so well and with a lot of respect, like I said. So, yeah, it's wild, and it's really, really cool to see the commitment of not only people who've worked there, but sponsors and partners who have been there for over 20 years. It's amazing, and that just shows the kind of person or the kind of precedent that RP puts on all these people who have worked for him of how to treat everybody else. And I think it's the right way to do it, that's for sure. And I don't think it's a coincidence that you've had people, from drivers to men and women who've worked there that have been there for 10, 15, 20 years. It's not a coincidence. Roger has made them definitely feel welcome and wants them to work there, and they want to do the same.
We'll take a final question from Chris.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check one of those 2 videos out that we have right beside you. Visit Frontstretch.com for more great content.